Let's see here. Let me make sure. Oh, goodness, 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 goodness. Let's see. Yep, let's see here. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? How is everyone doing? How was your weekend? Wasn't it long? Let me see. Wasn't it a long weekend today? See, I'm trying to have this conversation with y'all. How was your weekend? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself at home. Um, Before I get started, yeah, make yourself at home. Make yourself at home. Make yourself at home. Okay, welcome to Say It Larry J. I am your host, Larry J. Come on in, make yourselves at home, enjoy yourselves, sit back, relax, and just enjoy, the just enjoy yourselves. So, how was your weekend this weekend? I know today is Tuesday. How was your Tuesday today? Some of you probably going home taking headache medicine and everything else. But how was your Tuesday today? I hope it was fine. How was your weekend? We are back. We're getting ready for Christmas, which is next week. I hope y'all have Santa Claus and y'all have gotten these children their gifts and y'all done made sure Santa Claus got that list and everything. So let's jump right into it because I was taking a little glimpse down memory lane and I was talking with a close friend, my sister from last night. And so she happened to send me a Instagram link to about the LeNoX square. And I said, let me peep this out. So I goes to peep it out. They're having to put metal detectors in the LeNoX square. So I'm still digging and digging. And I say now, actually, I had just did a live after Thanksgiving. I think that was one of my long lives. I did a live Thanksgiving talking about the shooting that was going on at the LeNoX Square and how people was getting robbed. Because it seemed like this now for those that may not know, LeNoX Square is in Atlanta in Buckhead. It is mostly one of the malls when people come from out of town, they actually come to and they like to go to LeNoX Square. Well, because the pandemic has been going on and the beast is uproaring itself out of people. Well, people just feeling like they can just do whatever they want to. I don't have to go to work. What I need to go to work for? Let them go to work. Let them go make their hard-earned money, and we just gonna rob them for it. So I'm sitting up here and I'm like, well, okay. I'm saying like, okay, they just gonna rob these people for their money. So, anywho, I went over about at the LeNoX Square. They actually went in, and an incident was around in November. An incident was some people was at the Apple store. They had a disagreement, it was a group, and one person got shot. So they're installing these metal detectors in because they finding out that people coming in this mall loaded, and I'm not talking about loaded with the money neither. They coming in loading with weaponry. They're having weapons all on them, cannons and everything else. So they're coming in these malls and then they start up stuff. And so the prevention for this, when they go through the metal detectors from actually digging in, is if you walk through that metal detector and you are bringing in a cannon, they are not going to allow you to come in the mall because you putting people at risk. Nobody don't want to come in no mall and you got a big old cannon right behind you, and then sometimes somebody say something to you out the way, and there you go launching off. So they are putting metal detectors in there because of this. Now, prior years before, LeNoX did not used to be like that. People used to shop because you have more. And let me tell you, for some of you that may not know, you have some like the celebrities go in LeNoX because they have a lot or somewhat of the high-end designer stores in there. Along with, if you go diagonal across the street, you have Phipps Plaza, which is the other mall that have more high-end designer clothes, which I don't think they going in there because they have police is tight because all of this stuff, them stores in there, they have security and everything. So prior years back, people love going to LeNoX because of what it have. Even though Atlanta and other cities surrounding it have malls, nice malls. You have Lithonia, which that mall have turned into the Babysitters Club because it didn't used to be like it used to neither. So I guess the crime is starting to migrate itself to the LeNoX, but they trying to shut it down because they do not want these type of issues going on at the LeNoX. I remember I used to go into LeNoX because I would go in there to Macy's. Macy's have between like 3 to 4 levels, if not mistaken. Versus if you go to other Macy's that may have 2 levels, such as Cumberland Mall. I think Cumberland Mall have 3 levels. But if you go to Cumberland Mall, Perimeter, which is in Dunwoody, I mean, they're nice malls, but it seemed like people prefer some people prefer to go to LeNoX. Well, because they want to make it safe for all of us people to go in the mall. I haven't been in the mall in a while because I feel like if I go to LeNoX, I need to put on my I got to pull out my army uniform. Then I got to make sure I'm strapped up. Then I got to go in with cannons and stuff because it seems like that's what's going on. People can't go there and shop because they being robbed and they want to have shootouts. Like this is World War III at the mall. You think I go to a mall to actually be going to World War III at a mall? When you go to the mall and you think about going to the mall, people go there to shop, not to suit up, to gear up to go to war. So that's all with that. But I want to see how this is going to. I think I may have to go snoop to that LeNoX when they put in, if they have not already, put in these metal detectors to see how it is. I mean, people always tearing up stuff. You can't be a nothing in this society because the LeNoX have. Brought to you by Newsflash, brought to you by the LeNoX, whom is in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia, has actually turned into Hoodville Mall. Why? Enough of that. When I go to that mall and I see they have these metal detectors, I'll see how it is so I can come back and report. Like, who hired you to be a news reporter? I did. So, going into my next little phase, I know everyone, you have to drive to the mall. You have to drive places when you actually going there. And speaking of drive, if some people don't know how to drive, they have driver's ed courses to teach you how to drive. And you have an instructor that be in the car with you to help you drive. Well, last week, I said, well, I'm going to go to Publix. And I'm on my way to Publix, go down the stairs, get in the car. And I go to drive off and I notice this lady, she driving her RAV4. I think that was her husband's vehicle, but and I'm like, how you just going to turn this lady loose and let her drive in the middle in this community? And she don't even know how to, she just like this. And so I'm up there driving, I'm backing out my car and I put it in drive. As I put it in reverse, put it in drive, and I go to drive. Her whole RAV4 is in the middle of the road. And I'm trying to just get out. And she just like this. She just like this. And so I'm looking at her like, really? Like, who turned you loose with this vehicle? So then she eases back. She put the car in reverse. I guess she found the reverse button in the back seat. So she reversed the vehicle and it slowly, and I mean slowly, rolls back. And I'm sitting up there like, are you serious? So I proceed to drive on because I'm like, Lord, don't let this lady hit my car because she already sitting up there like this. So I'm saying to myself, oh my goodness. I goes to Publix, get me a little old grocery, and I comes back. The lady, she in front of my freaking building. So she in front of my, like when you parking, you have the lines that separate the different parking spots. But when there's a walkway to walk in the building, you have the line that have lines across it. She have her RAV4 all through that line, all on the parking lot line. And now she's sitting up there. And I'm like, what are you looking at me like that for? I'm like, you're the one that can't drive. I'm like, will somebody go get Martha and take her to a driver's ed class? And please, Lord, don't let them turn Martha out on that interstate and on that highway, because she is going to mess up some. Well, I almost said something else. She is going to mess up some stuff. She up there. Then because I was looking at her, because I'm looking at her like, who turned you loose with this truck? And those of you that don't know what a RAV4 is, a Toyota RAV4 is the size of a Ford Escape. For her to be up in the steering wheel like this. And she looked like she was about 5 feet or 3 feet. So she's sitting up there just like this. And so she saw I'm trying to go around her as I came back from the store. And I just sit there. I sit there looking. So she got the truck all backed up and everything. So I'm giving her a look just like this. Like, serious? Like, you done turned these whole people apartment community into, I guess, a test drive dummy zone. Because your vehicle, and so the vehicle just sitting up there sideways, halfway to parking spot. And I'm sitting up there like, really? So then I parked my car. But where I parked my car, I said, Lord, I hope this lady don't hit my car, because she already can't drive. So instead of her pulling out and turning, she pulled straight in the road, in the apartment community. Then she turns. I'm like, what kind of crap is that? I said to myself, what kind of crap is that? Hey, Jessica, I see you out there. So I'm like, what kind of crap is that? People, if you don't know how to drive, they have plenty of driver's ed classes right now. Don't go taking up the initiative. You taking it upon yourself, taking the initiative to driving these people apart. And you got all these people cars out here, and you don't know how to drive nor know how to back up. And you have the audacity to back your RAV4 or attempt to in a parking spot, and it's halfway. What kind of crap is that? I'm sitting up there saying to myself, I can't believe this. So I goes and park my car, and I said, Lord, I hope this lady don't hit my car, even though it's insured. I hope this lady do not hit my car. And she's sitting up there looking at me just like this. I'm like, lady, you can look like that all you want. You been hit the car out there, all I know. So I goes in, because see, I wanted to talk about it last week, because since I was actually talking about something else, I say, I don't want to intersect this in with I was talking about with strategic planning and interviews and everything. Hey, CC, how are you doing? You and Jessica. It ain't like they see the names up there anyway. So I'm saying to myself, this is a freaking mess. Then you got the people over at sQuArE. While I'm actually talking about strategic learning and interviewing, these people should have been taking a look at some of this stuff that I'm talking about. Because see, this is what's wrong with people in their time, because they need to take their time and they need to be investing in and seeing what else they can do besides go out and sit up and scope out people and rob them when they go to the mall. That's why they have YouTube. See, it's so much convenient these days because you can just type in what you want to at YouTube. So it's not like, you know. So, that was all for the, but I really am gonna have to go to that LeNoX sQuArE and check it out. Because hopefully they ain't turned into the, well, I'll just say from reading those articles, it's pretty much have turned into a war zone. Like we had a Stonecrest Mall, which have turned into the babysitters club. The kids, Taekwon, they drop at 4 o'clock. Okay, Taekwon, I'll be back at you at 8 o'clock. Okay, that's when the mall closed. So who gonna be babysitting Taekwon? Then you got LeNoX sQuArE, or we in World War X. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna have to get some more stories like this. Cause y'all know when I go out, I'm actually my eyes be recording and my ears. I'm very selective about what I say as well. But thank you all so much for tuning in to Say It, Larry J. I am your host. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it. Hopefully this was something fun and entertaining for you to learn about today. I have plenty other videos out there, and I hope it made you laugh. It may make somebody else laugh. Somebody else may be down and out, maybe depressed, maybe about to blow their head off. It may make them laugh and just start rolling on the floor laughing, and they come out of their depression. So I am here to educate you and empower you and innovate you to cause you to get up and get in life and do your thing and knock it out. So thank you so much. You enjoy your wonderful Tuesday, and hopefully I will see you Thursday. Have a great day. Bye.